Hey guys, welcome back to UDC channel. This is Jay. As you have seen in the title, this video I'm going to talk about what would be the perfect Rovyvon Aurora, in my opinion. Okay, for the short version. As bright as possible for the main LED, even if it means they are not high CRI or color rendering index. Right now the max is 650 lumens for their smallest version, which is already amazing, and at the same time have a very low sublumen moonlight or firefly mode. Second thing is a super versatile side LEDs with a combination of red with low mode to preserve night vision and high and blinking for signaling, UV and warm or neutral white with high CRI. So there will be a total of 4 different light outputs: cool white, red, UV and neutral white. I really hate it when they make us choose. The third thing is a glow in the dark body, as you may have seen in this A5 version. Maybe with a clear cutout in the middle like this, so it won't interfere with the UV functionality. Fourth thing is a standard battery. I don't know if 10180 is powerful enough, or if not, using a standard battery, at least use a replaceable battery option that they sell, like in the bigger A20 series. Last but not least, better waterproof ratings. So basically this A5 main LED, or the newer A5X main LED, and its glow in the dark body, and this A8 side LEDs combined. I have tried reaching out to them a few times in social media and joke about A8.5, which is A8 in the A5 body. I think they do listen to their customer though, as can be seen in their recent upgrades, the A5X and the A8X, also the bigger A25 and A28. But I know it's hard or even impossible to please everyone. Okay, that's all for the short version. I just wish for the perfect Aurora with those 5 or so points. Now for the longer version. Stick around, I'll discuss those points in a little bit more detail. Two things that I think are their main strengths: amazing brightness to size ratio in such a tiny package, which is only slightly bigger than the 10180 size flashlights, but much brighter, around 130 to 150 lumens versus 550 to 650 lumens, and smaller than AAA flashlights, which is already small and was commonly used as a keychain light before. I'm impressed with this first strength so much that I accept the non-user replaceable battery for now. The second thing is this versatile side LEDs in a clear body. That's why I opted for this A5 and A8. I didn't even bother to consider the other metal versions. They have many different versions, materials and colors. Don't get me wrong, they are still awesome. I mean, and they still have the first strength mentioned earlier, but just not their best potential in my opinion. And to simplify, let's ignore the other clear versions, the A6 and the A7 with the blue glow in the dark in this review, as there are already too many variation and confusion as it is now. Let me start by going over the pros and cons with the older model A5 and A8. Then we'll talk about the newer models, A5X, the A8X, the A25 and the A28. trying to eliminate their weaknesses and combine the pros to come up with our perfect aurora. Let's start with the A5. There's no moonlight. Their low of 15 lumens is too bright, at least for me, but can be substituted with their red side LED. It's just that to get to it you need to pass the white side LED first. What I do is I usually cover it with my thumb, otherwise it's pointless to maintain your night vision. The red in this A5 version is quite low, which is good, perfect for night light, but bad for signaling for the blinking mode, as it is not bright enough, I think. But they made us choose between UV or the red version, which is what I have here. We don't really need two side LEDs for white. I think they should have put the UV in one of them instead, like the A8 version. This ultra glow is really nice though. Everything must glow, right? They said that the glow in the dark would interfere with the UV functionality, but they do offer A5 in UV version anyways, and I'm not sure if it would help if they leave this spot clear. Now for the A8. Their moonlight mode is only 0.5 lumens, which is really great, especially when their red LED are quite a bit brighter compared to the A5 version. Which is good for which is better for signaling. And it comes with the Nichia 219C LED, which is neutral. To warm white. This is actually my first non-cool white light that I have, since they didn't offer any other emitter. Of course, that was before I got into this more advanced light, but that's another story for another time. My first impression was really pleasant. I think this is what got me into starting to become a tint snob. But the max output is dropped from 550 lumens in the A5 to 350 lumens. That's why I thought that it would be great if they stick with the Cree emitter so we can get the max output, and just use the warm white for the side LED. That way we can get the best of both. Going back to my joke about A5 in A8 in A5 body, I had thought of opening these two and swap the bodies, but I really hate to risk spoiling two really good functioning lights for this experiment. Then they came out with the upgraded version A5X and the A8X. Not quite get everything that I wish for, but still already a really great upgrade. Let me break it down. There's a new button design, though I wish it's metal like the A25 or A28 version. A new clip design, which look more functional and deeper carry. Now they offer the main LED in Cree XPG3 or Nichia 219C, and they increase the brightness of the Cree to from 550 lumens to 650 lumens max, and the Nichia version from 350 to 450 lumens, while also increasing the battery from 130 to 330 milliamp hour battery. with a slightly longer body size. And I think they did listen by putting the neutral white side LED regardless of the main emitter option. Although they still make you choose red or UV in the A5X version. Just like before, in A8 you can get both UV and red in the A8X, but you lose the glow-in-the-dark body. And they both still don't offer user replaceable batteries. They did offer this option and came up with the bigger A25 and A28. Still proprietary though, and it's quite expensive. It's a similar story and shortcomings, just in slightly bigger, brighter versions. And what's worse, they only offer 2 side LEDs. I'm not sure why they can fit 3 in the smaller version but can only fit 2 in the bigger ones. They did offer 2 brightness levels for the white side LED. Another cons, they also removed the moonlight or firefly mode. I think they had it in the first batch and for some reason they removed it in the second batch. Besides the user replaceable battery, they also grant my wish for a glow in the dark body in A28. Well, sort of. They made the battery holder glow in the dark instead of the whole body. But since the battery is replaceable, which means it can be easily opened, I think I can figure out a way to custom it somehow. A few more topics that I like to go over. For waterproof rating, it is slightly improved in A5X and A8X. It's equivalent to IP66 weather resistance now, from the equivalent IP65 in these versions, but not quite equivalent to IPX8 water resistance in the bigger A25 and the A28. Preferred modes: press and hold for momentary turbo, which is like this. Double click for constant on. Always start in moonlight without memory. Triple click for red, maybe start in low to preserve night vision. Then high blinking for signaling, or even without the high, just leaving the low for night light and the high blinking for signaling. Quadruple clicks for neutral white, even better if they have high, low then high. Then UV. I was planning to upgrade to A8X, but I'll wait and see their A28X. I'm going to keep and enjoy mine for now. Recently they came up with a metal body flashlight with side lights. First the E700U with UV, then later on the E700S with normal white side LEDs. It's kinda too big for my taste with a 21700 battery. And they just recently teased the latest EDC UVC E200U with square metal body and UV side lights. I'm sure they come up with the E200S later on. I just hope there will be a version with UV red and neutral white side light. But it's nice to see a company to keep innovating. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye now. The PWM is almost invisible here, but a lot more obvious in the A8 version, as you can see. You can't tell with the naked eyes, but it's captured quite clearly in the camera. For the tint comparison, this is really pleasant. Now for the red light. For the white. Also neutral white for the A8 version.